Shiva Shankari Bhava Shankari
Shiva Kama
Shiva Kama
Shiva Shankari Bhava
Shiva Shankari Bhava Shankari He Parabrahmani He Brahmani
He Parabrahmani He Brahmani
He Rodrini He Kaulini Kali
He Rodrini Kaulini Kali
He Parabrahmani He Brahmani
Parabrahmani He Brahmani
He Rodrini He Kaulini Kali
He Rodrini Kaulini Kali
He Mani Padmi He Mani Chakri
He Mani Padme He Mani Chakri
He Mani Padmi He
Mani Padme Mani Chakri
He Chitrupini Chinmaya Lahari He Chitrupini Chinmaya Lahari
Hey
Shiva Shankari Bhava Shankari
Shiva Shankari Bhava Shankari
Shiva Kama Kalahari Shiva Shankari Bhava Shankari
Shiva Shankari
Hari Om Purni, Rohini, thank you very much. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you. Very beautiful. There are some, I think someone who scripted this, there are some, the way it's pronounced, it's not scripted accurately. So we'll look at that. So there's one section here, Lama Purni, where Swamiji sings the Hadi Vidya. That's removed from the book, is it?
Asaka. Yeah.
Removed from the book, la?
Yeah.
Maybe for a reason. So that's the Hadi Vidya we talk about. Yeah. So that's the Lopa Mudra Vidya. Okay. So Shiva Shankari, Bhava Shankari. So Shiva Shankari, who is the Shiva aspect. Shiva Shankari, Bhava Shankari. So she has become. So this is again. So Swamiji in all his songs likes to play with the Shiva Shakti principle constantly. So he says Shiva Shankari, the one who was with Shiva, now has become Shankari. So earlier she was with Shiva, Shiva Shakti, and she is now come out of that, the Shiva Shakti, and now she's become Shankari, which means the universe has manifested itself. From the unmanifest comes the manifest. Shiva Shankari lende Bhava. Bhava means to happen. Bhava means to happen. Bhava Shankari. Shiva Kama Kaladhari. So she has come out of what? She has come out of the Kama of Shiva, which means the desire of Shiva. Shiva Kama, she's come out of the desire of Shiva, and she is Kaladhari. She is in all her Shodasha, she is also known as Shodashi, right? So Shodasha Kala, the 16 Kalas, which means she is complete. In fact, this line in a way you can look at it as the Purnamada Purnamidam Shloka. Purnamada Purnamidam enna solluvom? Purnam Adaha, that is Purna. Purnam Idam, this is Purna. Purna means complete. Purnam Adaha, Purnam Idam, Purnat, and the Purnathlende Purnam Udachyate, came complete. From the complete came complete. Then Purnasya Purnamadaya, after that complete has been taken off from complete, Purnam eva avasishyate, what remains is only Purna. Right? So that is Purna, that Apdina, whatever we call as the universal principle, is complete. This is Purna, the manifestation is complete. From the complete has come the complete. And after removing complete from the complete, what remains is yet complete. It's a very philosophical statement, very easily made. But what it says is that everything that is there over here is, it's in its entirety, it's complete. There is nothing lacking here. So when Devi comes out from Shiva's Kama, although Devi is an aspect of Shiva, she is complete in herself. It's like saying, both are complete. It doesn't mean that suddenly this will start flickering or this will start burning a little less. The new one will also burn with the same amount of intensity, right? So that way you can visualize completeness, even though you take out, because you're taking what? The essence. The essence, when it spreads in its entirety, right? So Shiva, from Shiva's desire came Kaladhari. Devi came with all the Shodasha Kala, the 64 Kalas, all of that. So she came out. He Bhavasagara Tarangini. So now the next two lines is saying that now the word Bhava is used slightly differently. Bhava also means, Bhavasagara means this ocean of samsara. Generally in the texts, in all scriptures, whenever there is indication of Bhavasagara, it means there is no ocean called Bhava, right? You can call Hindu Sagara, abdina Indian Ocean. So Bhavasagara engar irukku keta, there is no answer to it. Bhavasagara is this world, the samsara that is we are living in is equated to an ocean, and it's called as Bhavasagara. That which is here is the samsara, that we experience is the samsara. So she is the wave in the Bhavasagara. Waves, Tarangini, Netikum Bhatam, Pita Taranga. What song was that? Hemachandra Prema Bimbala. Pita Taranga. So Taranga means waves. So in this Bhavasagara, so he's equating the world, the samsara, to a sagara, ocean, where she is the wave, which means she is not Olagata create panite. Shiva Shankari, Bhava Shankari, Kama Kaladhari create pannittu vittu poidlava. See, Shiva Shakti, they didn't create this world and go away. In Christian theology, if you read, there is this subtle difference that God is the creator and the creation is separate from God. There's a very clear understanding that God is the Father in heaven, who is different from the creation. So he is always transcendental. But in this culture, God has always been seen as who is transcendental and also immanent. Immanent now also engaged, involved, completely involved. Right? It's like saying I like to use this example of the sun. Surya, the light from the sun, the light is transcendent. It is different from the earth, but it's completely involved, because without the light of the sun, nothing, life cannot live, cannot persist here. So sun is involved yet detached. There's some conversations I've had with a few earlier, and the difference between being involved and being attached. So here it is, the involvement is entire, but there is no attachment. See, sun, if the earth flings off into the cosmos, it just goes off a tangent somewhere, the sun is not going to know anything. Maybe if it collapses into the sun, that's all. It will not really feel the influence of the earth missing in the cosmic scale. So like that, the principle, what we're talking about is this cosmic principle. It is involved but not attached. So she is the waves in this ocean. She is involved in this Bhavasagara, in this world. And she also raises us up. Uddhara. So in the Tarangini ki T potrukku correct inga, but the next line should be Dharini, not THA. It should be Dharini, which means she is the one. Uddharini abdina, he Uddharini Dharini na. Uddharam pandraduna, to rescue. To rescue somebody is to that is the meaning of Uddharam pandradhu. Right? So like saying upon the, what is that? What is that elephant? Gajendra Moksha. So Gajendra Mokshatala, Vishnu came and Uddharam Pannarla, rescued Gajendra. So those are places where there is this act of Uddhara that is happening, where he lifts you out of the suffering. So she is the Dharini who also carries you out from there. Dhara is to carry, to support, to uphold. So she is the one who upholds and also takes you out of this world Bhavasagara. Okay. So on the rendu line should be looked at together. He Bhavasagara Tarangini, He Uddharini Dharini. Okay. Then He Shiva Vame, He Shiva Dhame. Adi Shiva Tame, it is Shiva Dhame. So it means she resides in Shiva. Where? On the left side. Shiva Vame, Vamana left. Vama Bhagana left side nu choluva. So Shiva Vame, in the left side of Shiva, she has found her residence. Shiva Dhame. So this is the Ardhanarishwara here. He Sundara Shiva Ananda Lahari. So she makes Shiva look beautiful. So Shiva gets the beauty. Sundareshwara, he is called Sundareshwara because now Parvati has come onto his half and now he looks so beautiful. And because of this, what we experience is Ananda Lahari. So when we see Shiva Shakti in this form, Nammaroda experience in this is Ananda Lahari. Because why? Because she is the form of Ananda Lahari. She is the form of Ananda. What you have is what you can give. So what she has is only Ananda. So what she can give us is only Ananda. Right? So Ananda Lahari. So she is the Ananda Lahari. Then comes the three aspects of Devi. Brahmani, Kali, Mani Chakre. So, He Parabrahmani, O Parabrahma, you have become Brahma. Brahmani, which means Saraswati. He Parabrahmani, O Parashakti, you have become Saraswati. He Raudrini, He the ferocious one, you have become the Kaulini Kali. Kaulini is referred to always the Kundalini. The Kundalini Shakti is also referred to as Kaulini. So as the Kundalini Shakti, she is Kali. If in Lalita Sahasranamam, there is this reference to Mula Dharam Bhuja Rudha. No, sorry. So there are three granthis in the Sushumna Nadi or the Kundalini Chakra. There are three granthis or three knots. So it's the Kali's energy that enables the Kundalini when it rises to break the three knots. It's called Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, Rudra Granthi. So as she rises up, Brahma Granthi Vibhedini, then Rudra Granthi Vibhedini. Vibhedini na cuts through. So as Kundalini Shakti, as Kaulini, as Kali, she is the one who cuts through these knots, the physical knot, attachment to physical, attachment to emotional, and the attachment to intellectual. She cuts through all that and then rises up in our consciousness, right? So that is as hey Raudrini, you are the Kaulini Kali who is residing in me, in my Sushumna Nadi, as the Kundalini Shakti. The third one is He Mani Padme, He Mani Chakre. Mani Padme, Mani Chakre represents the Manipuraka. So in the Manipuraka, she resides as the lotus, and Chakra always represents sustenance. Adnala Vishnu holds Chakra. Shiva and Saraswati, Brahma, they don't hold a Chakra. Vishnu holds Chakra because Kala Chakram, abdin chulwala. Sustenance is always cyclical. Something's born, something sustained, something dies, and it keeps going on and on. So the maintenance responsibility is with this aspect called Vishnu, and that is Lakshmi. Vishnu's aspect is Lakshmi. So that is the third aspect. He Mani Padme, He Mani Chakre. And in fact, even within our physiology, the sustenance is in the Manipuraka Chakra. See, even a child is connected via the umbilical cord to the mother. So the feeding or the sustenance for the fetus happens through the umbilical cord connected to the Manipuraka Chakra of the fetus. And Manipuraka is in the Nabhi, the navel. It's the navel chakra. So that is the sustenance element. So if you look at it, she is represented as Brahmani, Kali, and Lakshmi, which is Aim, Kleem, Sahu. And if you see, this is something interesting that will appear in all the way we've been taught the Sri Vidya. It will always appear this way, because this is the way when you go deeper into Sri Vidya, it's never Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. It's always Durga, it's Saraswati, Durga, and Lakshmi. So somehow the Saraswati aspect comes first. Aim, Kleem, Sahu. Kai Lahrim, Hasaka Lahrim, Saka Lahrim. So the aspect of Saraswati or knowledge is first, because now we are deeper sadhakas. For the general people who are propitiating, it's Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, when you understand it that way. But then when you're deeper into this, when you're dealing with Bijaksharas and Bija Mantras and deeper into Sri Vidya Sadhana, then it's Saraswati, because the first thing you need is the understanding to go in. You've already done the things that are required. General sadhana, puja, panaskara, we've done those things. Now we are wanting to go deeper inside. You go with understanding. You want understanding first, Saraswati. Then you go for, because it's Kali, that you need Kali to cut off all the granthis, right? We spoke about the 3 granthis, the physical, someone's okay, muted them. So there are 3 granthis, so you need Kali to cut through. So that's Shakti there, right? Om, Om, Aim, Hreem, Shreem. Adum appada. Aim, Hreem, Shreem is also, Aim is Saraswati, Hreem is Shakti, and Shreem is Lakshmi. Aim, Kleem, Sahu is also like that. So Brahmani, Kali, Lakshmi, Mani Chakre. So the Lakshmi is always the final in terms of in this kind of, in this Vidya, in this way of learning, the Lakshmi is given the highest, because she is the fulfillment of everything. In fact, even in Dasamaha Vidya, you see Kamalatmika as the final. See, if it were Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, it should have been Saraswati or Matangi is the final. Kamalatmika is the last. So Kamalatmika is equivalent of Lakshmi, which means she is the representation of complete fulfillment. Right? And we said again, Kadi Vidya, the Vidya that we've learned, is about giving us all sorts of Sarva Purtikara Stotramada. So it gives us all kinds of completion, physical, material, and spiritual. So that is why again Swamiji is indicated it this way is my understanding. Hey Chitrupini Chinmaya Lahari. Hey Chitrupini, now you have completely come and established yourself in my chit, in my consciousness, in the form of my consciousness, Chitrupini, and your Chinmaya Lahari, which means I perceive you everywhere. Starting la, he started off that you are the wave in this creation. Now it's brought inwards, and now I perceive you everywhere as this wave, Chinmaya Lahari. Chinmaya na, this chit maya, which means this chit is everywhere. This consciousness is everywhere. How do you experience that everywhere? As your wave, as your grace. I experience this everywhere. So it's from the outside, you bring her inside, and then from the inside, now you see everything as her manifestation. First a theory that, this is how it is formed and all of that. And then you try to bring her in, and now it's become your experience. And then now you understand what it means by she is everywhere. Okay. All right. Om Rim Shantanandam side mein. So இது நம்ம அதுக்குள்ள அவ்வளவு சீக்கிரம் விட்டுறல நான் உங்களை. We just saw the meaning of the song. I'll quickly about 10-15 minutes we'll look at those one or two small topic on this Navaratri. Is my audio clear? Because I see a lot of delay in the video on your side. Clear arka audio now? Yeah, okay. All right. Day 3, yeah. All right. Okay. There's at least two things I'd like to share. One is on close it's the other thing, sadhana. Okay. All right. So what do I see? What do you see now? Do you see Durga Lakshmi Saraswati? All right. All right. So this is so we were talking about Navaratri. Navaratri la vandu, these are the primordial, these are the aspects of Devi that are propitiated. Correct? So the main three aspects are Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati, and the way it is propitiated in Navaratri is in the form of Tamas, Rajas and Sattva. So this is the way it progresses. So you start with Tamas, which means you're associated with the phenomenon of the earth. You're establishing yourself. You're getting stable. You're becoming stable. And then you're making movement to the next step, right? So first you need to make sure where you are. Get, set, go. So that is important. Say ready, get, set, go. That phase is important. Because if you're just jogging around, running around, you have to make sure that you stabilize yourself. Make sure that you gather all the strength. Make sure that your intentions are right. You put all the focus and the strength that is required. That is Durga. Durga gives you that in the first 3 days of Navaratri. Right? Bring yourself together, and also helps you to cut off all that tamas in you. So she is the form of tamas that helps you cut off tamas. So she helps you cut off tamas so that that inertia is gone, and you start, you become, you collect yourself in a very in a conscious way, right? You're not lethargic, you're collecting yourself in a conscious way. So that is Durga, the first 3 days, right? And Durga is also the Ichha Shakti, because this is where the Ichha rises, the desire for spiritual progress, the desire to attain to that understanding, to that highest knowledge, to that fulfillment that we are seeking always. So she is the Ichha Shakti. So first 3 days you're gathering yourself and working with the Ichha Shakti. Now the first 3 days we've seen the goddess. There are multiple aspects. Okay, if it's Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati is one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at the Devis is through the Navadurga. I see that the performances, there are some things that are going based on the Navadurga. I saw Kavita Sila edits panindrika. I keep hearing that. So you're also doing some programs, yeah, based on Navadurga. So these are the Navadurgas here, which are indicated here. So day 1 is Shailaputri, day 2 is Brahmacharini, day 3 is Chandraghanta. Right? So those are the Navadurgas here. But first, let's just see the Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. So Durga is the Ichha Shakti. Then once you have now gathered yourself and got the strong desire, extremely important is desire in the spiritual path. Yanaka, I want to achieve that highest enlightenment and fulfillment. Desire. If that desire is not there, then you'll not be able to withstand very long. See, your Mahanoda presence, we can only live for so long. About the presence, you can gather so much inspiration only for so long. But after that, the inspiration should come from within. If the desire and inspiration doesn't come from within, how many of our Mahans come into our lives? It will be your movie. You go watch a movie, you feel great, but when you come out, then that's it. You're back to your normal day, your normal lives. Popcorn mudinjirthu. I go to a movie for popcorn, basically. But so that is why I feel that the inspiration to be in the spiritual path has to be our own. It cannot be induced. Chinna vayasile the parents only create the environment, but the essential ingredient for our spiritual progress or growth can never come from the outside. It has to be our own inspiration and motivation that comes from within, which is Durga, Ichha Shakti. So in day 3, so let us resolve to ourselves that, this is the way I want to go. Let me fire up that within me, right? Then comes Lakshmi. Lakshmi is, she's wealth, prosperity, and all of that. And she is the aspect of sun, right? Which means she is Rajas. Now you do activity. Now you cleared your goal post, you cleared your desire. Now what you do is the activity towards it. You do sadhana, you do japa, you do tapas, you do whatever you need to do, right? You call people home, saapadu podrom, archana pandrom, puja pandrom, garba adrom, whatever we do, it's all rajas, right? It's all activity. Activity in the direction of wanting to, in that direction of spiritual progress, spiritual understanding. So that is Lakshmi, which is Kriya Shakti. All right. She's the energy of the sun. The third comes Saraswati, which is Jnana Shakti. She is the Sattva element. Sattva is understanding, knowledge, right? And there is a feeling of lightheartedness. When there is Sattva, when descends in us, there are less of worries. There are less of anxieties. There are less of enna nadakka pordo. No, those things will reduce. And which is why it is shown white, because cotton is white, snow is white, so fluffy. These are all material that are they're thinner than air in that sense, right? They float up. So Saraswati is that which brings upon the understanding within us to reduce that identity with the individual self-identity that I carry, and dissolve this want to become something, constantly wanting to become something. Maybe a lot of times the want to become something is not even mine. It is borrowed. From the society, we borrow everybody's, over a period of time we built so much that this whole wanting to become is sometimes you figure out that it's not even my want. And that is a burden that we're carrying. It will keep you heavy. It'll drag you down. So Saraswati is when this understanding dawns upon us that the world will go on without us. Right? I am not the Hercules that is holding up. right? Iniki Zoom call la na varala kuda call nadakum. I'm just saying, so some of these things are, of course, apdi nadachu nariya per varala pola irukku iniki. I see half the population today. So they've reached Saraswati. They're feeling completely relieved, because it's important also to not carry a lot of weight around. So that is Saraswati. So that is the last 3 days of the Navaratri. So from the perspective of the Navadurga, if you look at it, that is also a slow evolutionary process within ourselves. So how does that happen? First is Shailaputri. The same thing is mentioned here. Shailaputri is faith and commitment. So you commit yourself. Ichha Shakti. I want to do this. Shaila is actually a mountain. Malayana Chalva. Shila means a rock. Shila means a rock. Shailaputri is the daughter of the rock, daughter of the mountain. She is Haimavati. She is Himavan's daughter. So that way, but then also it means that she is that aspect. When you're invoking within you, you're invoking that faith and commitment to do something, be in the spiritual path. Brahmacharini, then you align yourself. Ichha mattu irundalla, you align yourself in terms of discipline, conduct, the things that you want to do. Pananacha panano appadina, I want to do it because I know this is beneficial for me. And then Chandraghanta is alertness and control over the mind. So you've not let the mind rule over you. You've taken a certain control over the mind. By control, it's not a bad thing, right? You're not trying to control it. Adiche control pandradilla. You've risen above to a certain point. You've risen above the compulsions of the mind, right? The mind, இப்ப நான் நகத்தை கடிச்சாதான் எனக்கு வந்து I'll feel goodங்கிற மாதிரி இருந்ததுன்னா கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணி போய் நெயில் கட்டர் எடுத்துன்னு கல் பண்ணலாம் நம்ம. But sometimes we feel so compelled. So some of these compulsions, we don't know how it drives us, right? When we become these compulsions drive us when we become a little less conscious. So alertness is very important. Being conscious of whatever we do is extremely important, because that then gives you not the control over the mind, but a control over your compulsions. You're not compelled to do, you are making a choice to do everything. And this is where you realize that everything that you do is a choice. Whether you don't do is also a choice. It's a choice you're making. Don't blame it on somebody. You are making a choice today not to do something. We tend to always flick it on somebody else. So we are so creative. Who do I hold responsible for my situation today? அப்படின்னு நம்ம வந்து ரொம்ப கிரியேட்டிவா யோசிப்போம். யாருமே கிடையாது, நம்மளே தான். We always are 100% entirely responsible for whatever we are right now, correct? So that happens when you know that you are conscious about anything and everything that I'm doing, right? So that's control over the mind. So that's first 3 days. So which means the expectation by today, end of day, is that we have achieved these 3. இது 3 அச்சீவ் பண்ணிருக்கு, டிக் மார்க். சுவாமி சிவானந்தர் வந்து ஒன்னு சொல்லுவாராம், I read somewhere. In Vedanta they teach something called as sadhana chatushtaya. And sadhana chatushtayala there is something called as samadhi shatka sampattihi. So which means there are 6 different things that you have to follow to train yourself. Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhanam. Apni 6 irukku. See, these are different qualities you need to build. One is Sama, is to restrain your sense organs. Dama is to control your mind, and so on and so forth. So Swami Shivananda will tell நீங்க ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ் போட்டுக்கோங்க. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, of course included. And then on this side you put the 6, and then tick mark on each day which ones you have achieved. So I've read this. I've heard people, the disciples of Shivananda, say that he conducted that way. So அது மாதிரி நமக்கு இப்போ இது ஒரு செக்லிஸ்ட். இது இப்போ நம்ம day 3 ல இருக்கோம். All right. So day 4 la growth and positivity. right? So நாளைக்கு நம்ம எல்லாம் வரச்சே பயங்கர பாசிட்டிவா வரணும். So that at that time what we are saying is, now I am ready to go forward. Right now, okay, I am now composed and contained myself. I've gotten charge of myself. Now I'm going to go forward. Growth and positivity. Kushmanda. Okay. The next is Skandamata. Skandamata is, you need to go forward, but then you'll have obstacles and things like that. So you build courage. But courage is not raw courage, right? It's not like brutal courage. It's not ஒரு கத்தி எடுத்து நேரா போய் இருக்கிறவாளெல்லாம் வெட்டிட்டு I want to go forward, I want to grow. இல்ல. So you see that there's a beautiful synergy here. Even if you're growing, it's not that you're not now become, you're in the spiritual path, you wanting to expand, not become inclusive. You are exclusive. You want to become inclusive. Exclusive na எனக்கு கிடைச்சா போறோம்ங்கிறது தான். So we are not talking about that kind of growth here. We're talking about the growth that's inclusive. வாங்கோ எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து வாங்கோங்கிற மாதிரி. So that will come with compassion and self-love. So Skandamata is have love for yourself first. Only அதான் இப்போ நம்ம இது முன்னாடி பார்த்த மாதிரி Devi is Ananda Lahari, and that is why she is able to give Ananda. She is Ananda, that's why she is able to give Ananda. Only if you love yourself, only if there is love inside, can you give love to others. So always remember, when you see somebody who is understand, feel a little compassion for them, because they have not developed love within themselves. Only when you develop love within yourself can we share that love outside. Right? So that is Skandamata, a reminder of Skandamata. Katyayani is now taking it a step forward. You've now established it within yourself, the love, compassion, and all that. And then now you're sharing it, right? You're sharing it and you're extending it to others. The last 3 days, Kalaratri, now you're going deeper inside, introspective. You're calming down. Then Mahagauri, knowledge, understanding. Now you're going towards that. So you're raising yourself above the physical and the emotional. So first is physical. The second one is emotional. The Durga is all largely physical. You're trying to bring it together, bring yourself together from a physical way. Lakshmi is all about the emotional aspects of it. You're trying to bring that together. The third is Saraswati, where you're rising above, going into the plane of understanding. So Kalaratri, you're trying to introspect. Mahagauri, where there's understanding. And then Siddhadatri is accomplishment. She is same as Kamalatmika, Siddhadatri. All right. So that is the Devis. இத்துடன் செய்திகள் முடிவு ஆகிவிட்டது. We will close with this today. There's one more I wanted to check. Okay, there's one on sadhana. We'll look at it tomorrow. All right. Okay. Oh. Abhi close பண்றோம்.
शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय शांति.
Hariom, can I ask what rag is this bhajan based on? If someone can.
Darbari Kannada, uncle.
Thank you.